5 reasons why you should never chase a man. If you really want a guy to like you, don't chase him. This is going to make him run away. Chasing means someone is running away. I get it, my lovelies, that when we really like someone, we want to impress them. We want to show that we are around. We want to make sure that they don't forget about us. We get caught up in the idea that this person has to be the one. If it's not this person, that's it. My world is going to be over. I have to have this person. I can't see myself with anyone else. So we get caught up sometimes. We get caught up in the outcome. We want this person. We've set our mind to it and we have to have him. But more often than not, the truth is when you are chasing a guy, more often than not, you're not going to get this person. The whole idea of chasing is that one person is chasing and the other person is running away. It's not a healthy dynamic. Even if you do, in those very few cases, end up catching the person, end up being with the person, it's not going to end up, the relationship will not start on a healthy note. There will be toxic issues involved, and I don't encourage you to start a relationship from chasing someone. In this video, I am going to share with you 5 reasons why you shouldn't chase a man. Now, let's get this clear. This is not about us women sitting back and doing absolutely nothing, waiting for Prince Charming to come and woo us away, take us away to our dream life. No. This isn't about you doing nothing, not taking initiative. If you really like someone, it's okay to show interest. It's okay to ask a guy out. It's not about that. This is more about when you are the person who's sending 5 texts and he is texting you back only once. When you are the person who's calling him all day long and he's not even bothered to call you back, not even once. He's not showing any interest. This is about where you are putting in most of the effort. You are chasing someone. You are pursuing him. You're showing that you want him, but he's not showing you this back. So you end up in a dynamic where you are putting in all the effort. You really want him, you desire him, and he's just pulling away. And here are the 5 reasons why you shouldn't do that. You should not do that. This is the worst thing you can do, my dears. So the number 1 reason why you should not chase a man is because this is showing that you have a lack, that scarcity mindset. This is showing that you are desperate and you are needy and nobody wants to be part of that. This is going to make the guy run when he sees that you are desperate, that you're not happy on your own, that you need him, you need this thing from him. More often than not, men will run away. When you are in that place of chasing someone, that is showing that you are attached to this outcome. Maybe in your head, you've accepted or you've created this idea that this guy, he's the one, he's for me and I have to have him. That means you are attaching yourself to this idea that it's be all or end all, it has to be him. When you are attaching yourself, it means that you are coming from this fear mentality. You are at the vibration, at the very, very low vibration of fear, anxiety, that you're scared of losing him. I'm sure you've been in this situation before where someone is persistently chasing you. Does it make you want them more? I don't think so. For me, I've been in those situations when a guy is persistently chasing me. This is not something that makes me want him more. If anything, it's off-putting. It's showing me that he's got no self-respect, that he's got nothing else going on in his life and he's got nothing else better to do. And he's not also respecting my boundaries and waiting for me to respond. when you are chasing a guy, it's more than likely, I can guarantee you, it will make him run away. It's not attractive to him. So I really encourage you to think about your behavior before you chase him. Think about, why are you doing it? Is it because you have created this idea that this person has to be the one? Think about the fact that if you are chasing him, it's going to make him run away. It's not attractive. It's not attractive. It's going to show desperation, needy energy, and nobody wants that. Nobody wants someone who's needy, desperate. People want people who are in their own frame, who are confident, who are okay on their own. Not someone who's needy and desperately wants you, like, I need to have you, I need to have you. More than likely, this will make people run away. The second reason why you should never chase a man, it's because a man, biologically, they are designed to be the natural hunters and gatherers. Not for all men, but majority of men, they like to be the one who makes the first move. They like to be the one who wants to ask a woman out again. Not all men, but majority of them. They like to be the one who puts in the effort, because the truth is, men value things that they have to work for. That almost becomes a little bit of a challenge. When they get something too easily, it's like with anything, if you get it too easily, then the value decreases. So that's why if you end up taking that role of pursuing him, of constantly persisting that you have to have him and bombarding him with phone calls and texts, this is going to be off-putting for him, and he's not going to see you as someone who's high value, and you are at a risk of being used as and when he needs to. Sometimes men, they will enjoy being chased. Of course, we all do. Who doesn't want attention? We all love attention. If you are chasing a guy, he may still enjoy the attention because we all love attention, but it doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to value you and really like you. He may end up using you as and when he needs to. I have a friend and she really liked this guy. She was besotted by him. Unfortunately, she ended up in a very unhealthy dynamic where she was chasing this guy that she really liked, and he wasn't reciprocating. He wasn't showing her the interest as much back. So she was texting him, she was continuously calling him, even though there was no response back, or there was minimum response back. Because she liked him so much, she let go of her emotions, she let go of her boundaries because she wanted this guy. So what ended up happening was the guy ended up using her. He would text her randomly out of the blue when he was bored. He would ask her to meet out randomly when he was bored. And this is an example of what happens when a woman chases a guy when he's really not that interested. There's a risk that you might end up being used, and I'm really embarrassed to say this can happen both ways. If a guy is chasing a woman, she can end up using him too. I know that I've been in situations when a guy has chased me in the past, and even though maybe I've seen some red flags, some red signals, and I've kept my distance, I found myself when I've been bored, and if his text during that time, I would respond because I've got nothing else better to do. I know I'm guilty. I know I'm not perfect, but I'm trying to give you an example what happens when someone is chasing. It decreases the value of that person. You will wait, you will have some emotional control. You're not going to let your boundaries, you're not going to let go of your boundaries just because you are besotted by someone. Moving on to the next point, the reason why you should never chase a man, it's because They are not meant to be for you. My dears, my lovelies, I always believe something that's meant to be for you, it shouldn't be something that you have to chase. It shouldn't be someone you have to beg and convince that they should be with you. No, 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 no. Something that's meant to be for you should come to you naturally without resistance. It should be effortless. Okay, you might have to put a little bit of effort, of course, when you're getting to know each other, but it shouldn't be something that is forced. Anything that you have to force, it's not meant to be for you in the first place. And I want you to remember that anything that you chase, anything that you have to force, it's not meant to be for you. The truth is, my lovelies, if a guy really likes you, he will move towards you, not away from you. Guys are pretty simple creatures. If they like something, they will just show it. It's quite simple like that to work a guy out. So when a guy is not showing you interest back, more than likely it's because he's not interested in you, and you need to accept that. I know it sounds harsh, but it will save you from wasting your time, your precious time on someone. You know, I remember really liking this guy, and I thought in my head, I thought he must like me back. I don't know why. I was delusional that I thought he liked me, and I was trying to get his attention. I was trying to impress him in so many different ways. I wanted to be in his proximity. I was doing so much for many months just to try and get his attention, to like me, the way I was dressing, trying to impress him. Finally, I woke up and realized that, you know, why am I doing this? Why? I'm wasting my time. You know, a guy who really likes you, he will show you. He will show you. He may have liked this attention that I was showing this guy, but really, he wasn't putting in any effort. He wasn't giving me any signals that he really liked me back. And I was being delusional. I created this idea that he might like me. And based on that, I was just trying to chase him in a way, or try and get his attention, trying to impress him. And in the end, I wasted so much of my own time trying to do that. I could have done better things with my time. So that's why, my dears, I want you to remember that when a guy really likes you, he will just tell you. You will know. You will know. You will know. You wouldn't have to continuously impress him. You wouldn't try to continuously work so hard, put in all the effort and all of these things. No, it will be pretty straightforward that he likes you back, and it won't be so complicated. You won't be confused. You will know when a guy likes you. If you are the one who's confused, he's leaving you thinking many different things and overthinking, that means there's a high chance that he's not that into you. And I'm sorry if it sounds really harsh, but sometimes the truth is better than being in a la-la land. It's better that, you know, someone wakes you up. I would rather want that for myself, and just say, wake up. You know, you're wasting your time, move on. Point number 4, another reason why you should never chase a man, it's because it's freaking exhausting. Chasing is exhausting. Not only is it exhausting, if you are rejected, it does bonkers to your self-esteem, you know. Not being liked back, this will question our self-worth. When someone is not showing you or reciprocating to you that they like you back, you may start to question yourself and start doubting yourself. You may think that there'll be no other guys out there who like you. That's why it's so important to uphold your dignity, to uphold your worth. If you chase someone and they're not showing the interest back in you, be careful. This may knock your confidence, and you have to remember that this has got nothing to do with you. The fact that they don't like you back or showing interest, it just means simply that you are not compatible with this person, and that is it. There's billions of people on this world. Just because this person is not interested in you, it doesn't mean there won't be someone else. It just means you are putting your focus and attention on the wrong person. You're wasting your time. So it's not really worth you having a hit on your self-esteem by chasing this person. You know, it's not worth it. Maintain your self-esteem, maintain your value, your dignity. It's not worth chasing someone who's not interested back in you, because that's just going to make you feel horrible. It's going to make you feel like you are not going to be worth it for anyone else, and that's not true. You are. It's just you're focusing your energy on the wrong person. Number 5, another reason why you should never chase a man, it's because it's not real. Chasing someone, if you're coming from that kind of energy, you almost start playing mind games with someone. You're almost playing that cat and mouse chase game. So when you've actually got that person, there's a chance that you may end up losing interest. This happens a lot. When you've ended up having that person, maybe you might realize that they're not meeting to the expectation, this idea that you've created of them. Maybe they are not all that you thought they were going to be. And that's a pretty high chance of that happening when you are chasing someone. Often we create this ideology of someone that they are the one, they're amazing. And all of these things is what makes us chase someone in the first place. But soon after we've had them, it's like a drop from that excitement. I know I have been in that relationship, in that situation where a guy has really liked me and he's chasing me. And then any time that I gave in and showed him some interest back, he would back off. And that's how I knew he was unhealthy. It's because he was caught up in that game. He was caught up in that chase. He loved the chase. And I think some of us, we can get addicted to that chasing. It's that adrenaline, it's that excitement. That's what we love about it, more than actually having that person. We want things that within our nature, it's within our human nature, that we want something that we cannot have out of our reach. That's what we want. You know, when we're on a diet and someone says you can't have that chocolate, what do we want? We want that chocolate. It's a bit like that. When you can't have something, you want it more. And that's why you have to be really careful that if you get caught up in that dynamic where you are chasing someone, understand that when if you get to that point where you've caught them, A, it's not starting the relationship from a healthy place, and B, the whole thing may not be what you expected it to be, because you put it on a pedestal and you had this expectation, and then it's just going to be a drop of disappointment that it's not all that in the first place. So be very careful. Remember that something that you have to chase, it's not meant to be yours in the first place. I want you to remember that when you are caught up with the whole chasing a guy that you really like, and I know that it can be easily done when you really like someone, you want them, you can't see anyone else in your life, it has to be this specific person. I want you to remember that when you're so caught up in this chasing and you're kind of narrow focused on this one person, you may be missing out on the opportunity of someone around the corner who may be for you, who is better for you, who is better suitable for you. So when you are so caught up in this one person that you're chasing, remember that you might be missing out on the opportunity of meeting someone who's actually compatible with you, who you don't have to chase, where you are in a healthy dynamic, where you are in a dynamic where you are getting to know one another, where you don't have to text 10 times and wait for them to text a week to text you back. No, a healthy dynamic is where you are getting to know the other person and the other person is responding back to you in the same amount, putting in the same amount of effort. So be careful. I really encourage you to not trying to chase a guy, because it's not worth it. If you end up chasing a guy, more often than not, he will run away. It's not attractive. If you do end up having him, there's a chance of him trying to use you. Maybe he's trying to just take advantage of the fact that you like him. All of these things, it's putting you at risk. Again, I'm not saying don't make any moves, don't take any initiative. Of course, you can make moves, you can show interest, you can speak to a guy and let him know that you're interested. I'm not saying that. This is about you maintaining your dignity. It's about you not having to force something to happen, allowing things to happen naturally. And that's how a healthy relationship begins, by not forcing, by two people showing interest with each other in a mutual way, not by forcing. I hope you found this video useful. Let me know if you've got anything to add. I'd love to hear from you. I hope you're all doing really well, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care. Bye.